Sagittarius, what a significant month this is going to be. I say that because, and it's June 2024, just for the record, you take a look at this 7th house of your horoscope. 7th house are the meaningful relationships in your life, most notably your spouse, your long-term partner. If you're in business, this may apply to your business associations. But look, you have the Sun, Venus, Jupiter, and on the 3rd of June, the entry of Mercury into this important 7th angle of your chart. And then furthermore, on the 6th, there's going to be a new moon here. There's a lot going through your mind in terms of your marriage or significant relationship, or if you're single, what you can do to attract love into your life. The new moon on the 6th shows a distinct departure from the way you have dealt with relationships in the past. So this is a very, very significant thing. It means changing the whole methodology of interaction here. And fortunately, when you have really lovely planets like Venus, Mercury and Jupiter in this zone and the new moon, it's quite likely that your plan and the execution of that plan to improve your relationships is going to be a smashing success, I'm pleased to say. Jupiter is going to remain in this area of your horoscope probably for approximately 1 year. These planets, you'll notice, start to shift pretty quickly. Mercury and Venus will move out of this zone on the 17th, and then on the 21st, the Sun will also move out of this area. That's good. It takes a bit of the pressure off, but no doubt you're processing a lot of stuff right now in terms of your relationships. It's also interesting to note that 7th house is the way you deal with people generally. So the change we're talking about here is not just in terms of your one-on-one relationship with the people you deal with, your most intimate lovers and spouse, but people generally, the person that serves you a sandwich, the gas station attendant, the way you deal with them, you're starting to see that there's a more constructive way in interacting with people as a whole. And that, my friend, is going to bring good karma with it, especially in this area of your horoscope. Your love life also, with the North Node, karmic point in this 5th house, for those of you that are single, gives a great desire to meet someone that is your equal, someone that you can love and who reciprocates that love as well. On the 9th, Mars moves into this 6th house. That's your working environment. So a lot of energy is going into that area. Mars is a very powerfully positive planet for you as well. And that's going to happen against this full moon that takes place here in Cancer. You can see the Sun moves out of the relationship sector. Relationship sector then retains Jupiter. And then on the 22nd, the full moon is casting its influence here on this 8th house. Now the 8th house is a thorny sector of the horoscope, indicating intimacy, sexuality, shared resources. Interesting that follows the transit through this 7th house. So I said that it's a positive omen for you in terms of your love life and your relationships. But we also see the practical side of your life with this 8th house, sharing. So there has to be a reciprocal sort of arrangement there, a sharing of not just the material resources, but the emotional resources, the sexual resources, the spiritual resources. And it's in that sharing that you lift the other and they lift you. That's what solidifies the relationship. Saturn is also important here. It's impacting the 4th house of your horoscope. We touched on that on a few previous monthly readings. On the 29th and 30th, you'll notice that Saturn goes into its stationary retrograde motion, and this 4th house has to do with your family life, domestic sphere, and your inner happiness. So the month finishes on a bit of a serious note there, but I think this is all tied in. As you can see, these planets that have been transiting your 7th and 8th house are making these triangular positive aspects to Saturn here in the 4th house. A review is underway. This will take a couple of months for you to do that. As I said, we'll talk about that in our upcoming forecasts. In the meantime, do take a look at the additional transit information for you at astrology.com.au. The links are there. You can follow that, find out what's going on in more detail. Please do subscribe. I would really like you to do that. It would help us tremendously. If you need any personal information, drop me a line here. I'm more than happy to respond. And till I see you again next month, I hope you look after yourselves and stay safe. Bye now.